Good morning. Um, I was watching a live on my friend's channel, and it was about addictions and quitting um, quitting things for the new year. So the New Year resolutions, and I just realized that that's a good topic to share to talk about on my vlog. Um, I walked through life doing, what I wanted to do. I knew throughout all through my life at a very young age that I had a choice to make, um, because I was aware that I was here for a higher purpose, and I just kept choosing myself. I kept choosing me. I kept wanting to live my life first. And so I did everything that you could imagine, that was pleasurable. And so I started smoking at 10 years old. I was buying my own cigarettes, but I wasn't smoking regularly. It just here, there. Um, when I started smoking regularly, I think I was about 13 or 14. 13, I was smoking dope for sure. And then 14 cigarettes regularly. And started drinking probably more regularly when I was 12. And coffee, I probably started when I was 13, drinking coffee. And you know how you walk through life and you just doing your life, and but you have these good ideas, and well, I would preach to my little sister because I loved her. And I would say, if you don't, I'm going to hit you over the head with a 2x4. Guess what happened? March 11th, 2021, I had an accident at my cabin. I don't remember what happened. All I remember was waking up on on the stairs going up to my loft. Like there's one little set of stairs, and then like a little platform, and then another set of stairs going up. And I was on that platform. I remember waking up and um, wondering why I was on on the floor like that, and stoned out of my mind. Like when we go to the cabin, we go hard, like guzzling as fast as I can, smoking as many joints as I can until I don't. I guess until I don't feel the uncomfortable spot I was in my life at that time. And so it was always a race to uh, blow my mind, I guess. And so anyway, it must have been, I don't know what time. I'm guessing because I think we drove into town at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm guessing I woke up on the stairs around midnight. And I don't remember um, how I got there, why I was there. I just got up and uh, went the rest of the way up to my bed and crashed again. And then I woke up at 2 in the morning and I knew something wasn't right. My eyes were almost swollen shut and I could feel my face and it was ballooned out. And all I could think of was, oh my God, I must be having an allergic reaction. So I started calling my husband, who is crashed out downstairs on the couch, and saying, um, I'm having allergic reaction, find the Benadryl. And he didn't know where it was. So I was trying to, call down and tell him where it was. And he ended up bringing the whole thing of container that we had all the medications in. And I was digging in there, and couldn't find any Benadryl. And I was panicking because my face was really, really swollen. And finally, after I don't know how long, it must have been like half an hour or longer, he he said, well, do you want to go to town? Do you want to go to the hospital? And I said, yes. So we went into town, went to the hospital, and he pretty much just dropped me off and left. And I was thinking, oh, um, maybe it's because he might be intoxicated and doesn't want to get DUI. But anyway, I was just, um, they were x-raying my face and I was in a wheelchair and I saw our family friend who worked at the hospital and he didn't recognize me. And anyway, I was in the room about, like I went in at 2 in the morning and about 7 o'clock in the morning, a doctor came in and said, what's going on here? What happened? And I said, I'm having an allergic reaction. And she looked me right in the eyes and said, Ria, this is not an allergic reaction. She said, does your husband have anything to do with this? And right away, my response was, no, definitely not. Definitely not. Although I can't remember what happened. I don't even know what led to the moment of me being, face planted into the 2x4 constructed stairs. Remember, the universe gonna hit you over the head with the 2x4. Oh, I got it right here, and it's still numb right here. And you can still feel a dent where my head hit the edge of the 2x4. And at the cabin, there's still a pool of blood on the wood there. And anyway, the doctor took my word for it, I guess, and didn't lay any charges or anything. And I had to get medevac to Yellowknife. And so I was all alone. I had no escort. And my face was huge could barely see. One eye was completely shut, like the one on this side, and this one I could barely see out of. And I went there, and they did a CT scan because they figured that um, the bones in this area were potentially broken. And in that case, I would have had to have surgery. And but they did the CT scan, and there were no broken bones. And so I had to go back to the airport the next day and sit in the airport looking like I got, beat the fuck up with a 2x4. Thank God. Um, a well known elder in town here. She she saw me sitting all by myself at the airport. She said, "Ria, come and sit beside me." And I felt so alone and so ashamed. And I'm sure all the doctors and nurses and everybody around me for the 2 days that I was there could smell the alcohol on me. And I was so ashamed. But that elder reached out and showed me loving kindness. And ever since that day, March 11th, 2021, I never drank again. And I never had a craving to drink again. And I never want to drink again. Um, so anyway, there I was. The universe put me on my path and said enough is enough. And you're here for other reasons. And the time is now to start walking on the red road. And so I, because I wasn't drinking now, I drank coffee like it was going out of style, and smoking cigarettes and smoking weed like it was going out of style. And uh, about 6 months later, I quit smoking weed, and that made me drink even more coffee and smoke more cigarettes because the addiction was jumping from the booze to the weed, from the weed to the coffee and cigarettes. And so I was, coffee and cigarettes, like a maniac until May 2022. I was working for a lady who had a son that did hypnosis, and she paid him to do hypnosis for all her staff. And I asked for the non-smoke for, quit smoking hypnosis, and it worked. I don't crave smoking ever since then. I can participate in pipe ceremony, but I don't ever crave uh, tobacco. It's really, I'm done with it. And yeah, I can be around people smoking. And one time I tried to smoke, we got evacuated in 2023, and it was super, super stressful, you know. So anyway, we got to the destination where we were going to stay until we were allowed to come back, and I bought a pack of smokes and said, "Damn it, I'm going to smoke." So I bought a lighter and a pack of smokes, and I lit up a smoke and took one drag, put it out. Couldn't do it. And then a few hours later, I tried again, took a drag, maybe a couple of drags. Couldn't do it. So I put it out, and I did that for about 3 days. And I wanted to, but my my body or my subconscious or what is it? I don't know. There was something that was saying no, like don't want it. So I put it out, and so I at the end of the week I finally just gave that pack to my son-in-law and said I can't smoke. Take it. And yeah, so that's the cigarettes. And then July of 2022, um, my husband went on holidays and never came back. And I thank him for all the teachings, and thank him to have the balls to do that, because I don't think I'd ever have the balls to walk away from the relationship. You know, we were married since 96, and I just always thought we would always stick it out, because we started dating when I was 16, and you know, when we got married in 96, we lasted 7 years, and then he took off again. And I just thought, you know, we need growth and whatever. And we came back together. But this time I'm done. He's done. We're done. That's it, man. I got my divorce certificate, and I'm moving on. And once again, thank you for all the blessings and all the teachings. And, you know, but now that that chapter is done, and I can move on and be who I was put on earth to be now, and walk the path that I'm supposed to walk here. So the addiction went from the alcohol to the weed to the coffee and cigarettes to the relationship. I was addicted to that relationship, and so I knew the feelings of, you know, um, dropping these addictions one by one, and then all of a sudden when we split up, the same feeling from those addictions um, came, but way more intense than quitting the alcohol, the cigarettes, or the weed. The relationship addiction was the hardest one to deal with. But I did it. And it's pretty rough. It's like a rodeo. You know. But I know how to ride horses. So um, I pulled up my cowboy boots. Yeah. And glad that that addiction is done with. And just, you know, being aware that another addiction can come in to replace that one. So try not to gamble. I try not to overshop. I try not to overeat, um, over exercise. No, I've never over exercised. um, I'm actually trying to start to exercise. So, yeah. Um, so, addictions will jump from one thing to another if you're not careful. And the underlying root cause of any addiction is trauma. So, for the last 3 years, I've been working hard on all my traumas and participating in traditional ceremony and all kinds of different healing modalities. And, whatever helps you deal with your trauma, I would say do it. Whether it's sweat lodge, going to church, going to AA, or Wellbriety, or art therapy, counseling, treatment, whatever works for you, do it. You know, do whatever works for you, I should say. I can't tell anyone to do anything. Don't do something because someone told you. You got to do it because you want to do it. Yeah. And um, yeah, like I was saying, I knew for a long time that something was telling me that I needed to quit. I needed to quit drinking. I needed, to quit weed and stuff like that. It started to get really intense in the early 2000s. These messages when I had a bunch of spiritual awakenings in Whitehorse, and you know, it took 20 years from the intense feeling that I'm here for a purpose. So back in 2001, I knew that the universe had a plan for me. And at that time, my children were young and I was young. I was in my 30s, and I was selfish. I wanted to live my life. I wanted to do what I wanted to do first. So I just, was stubborn and selfish, and kept doing what I wanted to do. And by the time, like, I was getting closer and closer to March of 2021, and the addictions just got worse and worse and worse and worse. Like, I was drinking more, I was smoking more, I was doing more weed, like, and it just got more and more intense. Like, it got so bad. I was drinking 24 Budweiser every second day. And yeah, and there was something in me just saying, I have to quit soon. So, just keep doing it more and more, because I knew that it was very soon that I had to quit. I just had that intense feeling like, fuck, man, time's running out. Drink more, smoke more. And yeah, so, but now I'm free from those addictions. So glad. And I wake up in the morning and there's nothing telling me, how am I going to get some booze today? How am I going to get some cigarettes today? Um, I don't have to go out and buy a coffee today or make coffee, or, there's nothing pulling me saying, you need to do this. You need to do this because, that drive from addiction. And so I feel really free. Like, nothing is yanking me to do stuff. And so I'm freed up to figure out who I am and why I'm here. And I I love to serve my community. So that's what I'm doing with the Northwest Territory uh, Métis Nation Healing and Wellness Program. I am holding space for those who are ready to uh, take that journey, that healing journey, and I can show them tools and help them with different ways of getting through, this rough patch, and what new tools they can put in their toolbox as they walk along this healing journey, and be there, because when they go through the dark night of the soul, I can let them know that I've gone through the dark night of the soul. And that's the most intense time, when you feel like you're going crazy and you feel like you're all alone and no one's going to understand you. The guilt and shame is so heavy that you can't stand to look yourself in the mirror. And um, I'm so glad that the people I had around me were able to help me. You know who you are. You know who you are. When I was going through my dark night of the soul. And if you can make it through the dark night of the soul, you can make it through anything. Oh my God, it's a cakewalk after that, man. Yeah. And I released a lot of demons and stuff that was eating me up inside. And but it's such a process, because you release something and you feel good for a day or two, and then all of a sudden something else comes up and takes that spot. And then you work and work and work, and you get rid of that, and then something else comes up. And then you work and work and work and get rid of that, and then something else comes up. So it's a process of releasing, releasing, releasing. And good news, you become a pro at releasing, and it gets easier, and the fall isn't as deep as last time. So the first fall is fucking rock bottom, right? You hit the bottom, you either die or you don't, and then you soar up, and then something else comes and you almost hit bottom, but you remember to bring yourself back up. And then you fall again, And then you remember you don't have to fall all the way, so you can come back up earlier. And then the waves get less and less. There's still going to be waves. The healing process is never over, you know. Um, if you pray for enlightenment, poof, you'll be in another dimension. You won't be on earth anymore. Once you're fully healed, you don't have to be here anymore. That's why they say the good die young. Because once you're enlightened, boom, you're light. You're gone. You know, your light being, your light self doesn't have to learn any more lessons. So once you're enlightened, that's it. So it's a process of keeping yourself in the light, keeping yourself um, in tune with a higher vibration, and teaching your brain not to go automatically to the negative, to stay in the light and try and find the lessons for everything that comes into your field of energy, because every person, every situation that comes into your field is there to either teach you a lesson or help you teach others lessons. So um, once you learn that, uh, you can transform negative interactions into beautiful, positive interactions, and forgiving people, or will become easier as you go along. I've uh, made peace and forgave my abusers. I was abused as a young child, and I forgave all of my abusers, and because I know that they were here to teach me something, or to make me stronger, or to awaken gifts. You know, I wouldn't have any gifts if I was not put through these terrible tests. I'll call them terrible tests, or yeah, it's uh, it's more like initiations, I guess. You know, um, no matter how horrible it is, it's teaching you how to transform things. Transmutation, is it called? Yeah. So what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And sometimes you do die and come back. Like I broke my ankle, and they were operating on me, and I was up on the ceiling looking down at the nurses and doctors. And there was a nurse over top, looking down at me, yelling, "Rhea, breathe." And I was up in the ethers and just peaceful. And I'm like, leave me alone. I don't want to breathe. I'm comfortable here. And then all of a sudden, boom, I was back in my body. They must have shook me, or she must have called my name again, because I came back involuntary. I didn't want to come back. Yeah. And I was 21 when that happened. Yeah. So I think that's it for that story. I want to thank everyone for uh, watching this live. I don't see anyone in the room. There's no one in the chat, but I know my family and friends come in and watch some of my lives. So thank you for choosing to spend your time with me. And I know how valuable time is. So from my heart, thank you very much. And let's do this heart thing. Love you all. Stay in the light. And yeah, have a good day. I feel like I'm on holidays already, but I have one more craft night tonight at 6:30. So see you guys.